So I think that there's a couple of myths about our generation that are very frustrating. And first of all, I'll say that millennials like to be viewed as individuals. So I automatically don't really like talking about us as a group. But people say millennials don't like to talk on the phone. And to that, I would say we've been conditioned to feel like our worth is directly tied to having the right answer. And an unexpected phone call is a literal nightmare for somebody who has to look up the restaurant menu online ahead of time to determine what they're going to eat tomorrow for lunch. People say that millennials are lazy and don't have a strong work ethic. And to that, I would say work is devalued in the minds of the millennial and the Gen Zer. We just have different priorities than our parents did. And if you think your employees are lazy, maybe you just haven't found the right way to inspire them, or maybe you're not looking at what they have going on in their lives outside of work. So, for advice for how to work better with millennials and Gen Zers, understand that the rules of the game have changed. It's like we're all in one giant game of Monopoly, but the boomers bought up all of the properties before we even got a chance to roll the dice. And now renting a small apartment on Baltic Ave costs the same as landing on a Park Place Square with 3 hotels on it. Also, turns out that the money's fake. The get out of jail free cards can still only be cashed in by white men, no matter how much companies like to trot out their DEI initiatives. And you can forget about somebody handing you $200 just for pass and go. That's more like your gas bill just to get around the board. And beyond money woes, we don't have what I'll call the privilege of ignorance. We are constantly inundated with information about what's going on elsewhere in the world, and the barrage of suffering and injustice can be paralyzing and just downright depressing. You're telling me you want me to go sit at a desk and put numbers into a computer so that the rich people who own my company can get richer? And yet I have to worry about the very imminent threat that I may lose the legal right to make healthcare decisions about my own body and marry who I want to marry. And that's just what's happening in my own backyard. And oh, by the way, it's anyone's guess if we won't have jobs in 5 years because of a climate change related natural disaster or the simple fact that we've all been replaced by AI. So please understand the enormous amount of stress that each of these external factors can have on our day-to-day lives, and don't try to compare your experience to ours. Challenge your assumptions about what used to be considered affordable, and know that at heart, our morals are the same. All we want to do is to be able to pursue the things we love, support our families, and be contributing members of a society that benefits all of us, not just a few lucky people who got where they are by the sweat of others.